Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. We're going to take a look at our December corn here. That's new crop corn. And as you know, on Friday, it was at the 382 retracement of the big low that we had down in here. And oops, let's just get these cleaned out of here so we can see them pretty easily. There we are. There was our low right down here, and there was our 382 coming in here at 77 where we bought it. It is now 8 cents higher, and now you have your stop at break even. Your original risk was here. Now you have a $400 profit, and now you want your stop at break even right here. We've taken out the previous day's high, which is a good sign, and some pretty good volume too, I understand. But this is what it looks like. Remember, we had the large A, B, C, D pattern right here, exactly at the 61% retracement over here. So that tells us that there's something really harmonic with this market for sure. And that will tell us, remember, we sold it here. We bought it here and sold it here and bought it back here. So the only other thing we can do is if it gets to this level, maybe in the next few days, all we know now is that we are in a risk-free trade. There's no question about it. But there was your A leg right here. There's your B leg, C leg, and there it'll take you right up to 510. That would be a huge move, folks. That would be, between the two of them, it'd be well over $3,000 in the corn. But let's look at something that's happening right now as we speak. Let's take a look at the little piggies. We're going to look at June hogs here. Here they are right now, and you can see here we are setting, folks. It's just hard to believe. You can't make this up. We've taken out the previous day's low by 20 cents. We're setting exactly here at the 61% retracement. Okay, it went to the exact price, folks, to the exact price. And now what you want to do is, if you're not in this yet, you could buy it here with your stop below here. The risk here is right now $200. So if it gets below 96, there's something wrong, but it did exactly everything that you wanted. Look at these quiet down days here. This is very, very quiet and coming in exactly at the 61% retracement. So this made this a pretty interesting one. Looking at this on a really short-term basis this morning, you'll see here you took out the previous day's low by just a little bit. Your buy point was right there. So, you made it. You've got to start out, but this is really nothing is what's happened so far. This is still going down. It might not be very long, but that's what it looks like. So keep an eye on that one. It looks like it could be a pretty good move. For one thing, we know that it is a very, very low risk trade, and those are the kind we'd like to see most often. Now, I want to talk just a little bit about the stock market. We have made new highs in the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ. The S&P has missed it by about 6 or 7 points, but it's still early in the day, and we could certainly get up there and take that out. But I'm looking at some numbers here that literally scare the bejeebies on me, that I've never seen divergences like this between the cash and the futures, folks. I have never seen that. And I don't know what it means. Well, it means the market's strong, I guess, but that's haven't seen very much. A huge divergence. All right, let's take a look here at the gold and silver. What we're going to do is put this on the long-term daily chart so we can see where we are. We've gone up and made new highs now, folks. Let's just get her up here where we are right now. We made a new high from where we're back here on April the 12th. So just about 3 weeks ago, we made a new high in here. The scheduled move on this ABCD was 24.40, and we've got as high as 24.54. It took out the old high, which was 24.48 by $7. So what we'll do now is we'll look at this on a little smaller time scale and see if it's done anything exciting since that time. Okay, now there's the big move that we made on a new high. Okay, then you can see the small little pattern right in here. And all we've done so far, first of all, it went above the 382 and substantially above, well, not substantially, well, $7, but there's your 382 right here, and now you're above here. So your stop has got to go above here. That's a $10 stop. So there's not a clear, yes, there is too. Just a second here. There is a clear ABCD pattern here. So this would have been this right about the 382 level. There it is right there. There's your ABCD right there at 2480. Then it backed off just a little bit, and now we're up here. Now, this doesn't appear like it has a whole lot of weakness, actually, folks. So let's look at the sister of this, which is the silver market, and we'll get it up here. This is what's really amazing, folks. You know how I preach about the old 382. Look at the low today in silver. It dropped from 32.80. It dropped to $1.60. That's $8,000. It dropped $8,000. You can see how quickly it gave it back. But look where the last low was. There was your low way back here when this was a dollar and a half break right here. But now you can see the difference. But anyway, you can see the low here to the high came exactly today at the 382. This is not anything that looks very, very at all. I was looking at this last night on I believe it was a 4-hour chart. Let me see if I was doing that. Yeah, I was watching it up here because I saw this I saw this 1.618, and you know that I really like the 1.618, but I couldn't see a clear ABCD. So that's not a tradable situation. But now you can see we did have this big break. Then just to show you folks how these markets repeat. Going over the last 5 days, the market went down that far, okay? Now how much is that? It went from, it dropped $1.70. What'd we drop here? $1.70. Well, I'll lay it 6 to 5 that's what it did. There it is, and it's setting, I wonder if that can't be the 382 because it's way up here. The 382 I was referring to was this one right there. I believe that was the one I was looking at. It might have been that one, but anyway, these are very similar moves. And look what we did here. From here, we went up another $6. And believe me, folks, looking at this on the long-term weekly, there's the 127. Look at this. This is a gargantuan move here. I know we're right up against the 127, but boy, that's the only thing that's holding this back. And the high we had today was 32.75. So the only thing you can look at theoretically, if you use ABCD, is this is a weekly too. Remember, folks, there's your ABCD there, and that's telling us we're going to go to $35, or almost $35, $36. I think that's where we're headed. And I remember I've been in these markets in silver. I did the 1980 gig when we got to $55. I did 2011 when we got to $55. And I can't see any reason why we can't get back to $55. Looking at this on the long-term monthly, you can see what I mean. There was the 2011 move. I don't even know if they have the other one was too far back, but this is where we are. This is a little bit under where we were in 1980, folks, when we got to 2011. There's your 618-3400, 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a quick look here at December wheat. Okay, now this is where we were on Friday. We were talking about this the same time as we were talking about the corn, that you had to pick one or the other. This is a very, very strong market. As you know, we've been going up for quite a while, and I'll show you the daily. Well, let's just do this one first. You can see the ABC. There's your A, B, C, D pattern here. There's your drive one. There's your rally back. So that would make this a very symmetrical A, B, C, D, 3 drive to a bottom pattern. That's what we were watching right here. Now, this is where we closed on Friday. The buy was right here. You can see the 1.27 expansions. The buy would have been here. You would have been out about 3 cents. And then, of course, it gapped up. And so that would have started. Now you can see where we are. But look at the strength of this contract, folks. There's where we were. Now, the problem with why this is not bringing up, you notice it says 696 here. Well, it's trading up here. I don't know why my data is corrupt right now, but you'll see as you look at this, it's trading up here at 793. It's rallied 40 cents today. Corn is rallied, well, it's still rallying. It's up and now 11 cents or 10 cents from where almost 10 cents from where we bought it. And so let's keep our stops working in that, and we'll keep moving. If you bought the hogs, if it goes below 96, just get out of it. That would be a $200 loss. And it's, we don't know which ones are going to work and which ones aren't. I thought the stock market was going to go down today, but by golly, it didn't. It might not go down for a couple of days, but when it does, we'll be there. So let's just be patient and see how things are going to go along. Now, I've asked to take a look at our 2 favorite stocks. Of course, we're going to take a look at Apple. It's got to be up today, I would think, and it is. Apple is setting right there at the old 786 retracement of the whole move from where we were at the all-time highs way back here in December. There's the 78% level right here. Now, there was the 1.618. We backed off a little bit here. We backed off about 5 points, but look where we are now. I mean, we've made a huge recovery here. If you remember here, when we were looking at Apple down here, the whole world did not want it. Okay, but there was some nice ABCD patterns in here. If you just looked at them, there's ABCD to the downside. There's another ABCD to the downside, another ABCD to the downside, and it stays right here. And then it finally bottoms, and you can see we're setting right at the old low. We took the old low out here by virtually nothing, and nobody had any selling down there. Boy, that was telling you that there was something that, there was just no selling. So this was the one that, would have been a really nice one to pay attention to, because it would have got you right there to right on the spot low, almost exactly. And then we had the run up here. And then again, if you remember, this pullback right here was very important, because this was a huge volume day, folks. 176 million shares. I'll just put this up here to show you how big it was. And these last days, you see the volume is drifted off. So the people that bought it, everybody that bought it here, had a loss in it until the end of the week, and then they finally rallied back. So nothing wrong with it. We're sitting right up here on that number right here with Apple. Okay, now let's take a look at Tesla, and let's get this up here right now. And here's Tesla. We'll see how it's doing. This one should be up. It's not up today. Boy, this looks like it certainly wants to go lower to me. There's Tesla, and we move it over just a little bit here so we can see what it's going over just the last few days. Okay, here's where we were. The last rally that we had right back here was nothing more than a spot 382 retracement, 1, 2, 3 days right here, and then it hasn't gone down. This is what concerns me about the stock market, folks, because if you look at the Dow Jones Transportation, and I spent some time talking to some people that have been in the business almost as long as I have, and I asked them if they've ever seen anything, and they're basically, the response was, here it is right here. You can see even with the stock market up today, it's been down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. With you can see what the cash S&P is doing. So it's a handful of stocks that are making this run, but that's a big handful, so you can't stand in front of it. The news this week, of course, will be Nvidia's earnings, and you stop and think how they talk about it on the news. How can one stock out of 6,000 or 8,000 stocks make the market move? Well, it's an emotional thing, folks. They think that all runs together, and they don't. It's a stock market, but it's also a market for stocks. So you got to do each one of those separately. That is absolutely paramount in what we're watching here with some of these other things that we're paying attention to here this morning. Okay, now I had one other stock, and then we have another commodity that we have to take good care of, and that stock is, hold on, I know what it is, but I don't know how to describe it. So there it is, right? It's DJT, which is the Donald Trump stock. And I don't know anything about this politically, of course, but it was trading down here at around $5, and it got up to 10. Then it went all the way up to 80, and then back to here. So all I would be saying is, if you can see ABCDs, there's a big A, B, C, D right there. There's a nice A, B, C, D right here. And all we're doing now is we're just setting right at the 61% retracement, almost exactly here for the last few days. And folks, I didn't even know what this was till over the weekend. Someone asked me to take a look at it. I went to Yahoo, and I saw the letters. Everybody knows what the letters are. And I looked, and by golly, it was Donald J. Trump's. Now, I do know this. Let's see if this goes back far enough. I don't think it will, but no, it doesn't go back, because this used to be his company, the Donald J. Trump Casino in Atlantic City. And during the 2000 run-up, he was trying to get people to buy it, and he would come out and say, my company's in play at 35. Well, it would go to 40 or 42 and then back off a little bit. But that's how these people play that. I mean, they have to. That's why when you see these guys come on CNBC News and Bloomberg, they're going to tell what they think that would be helpful to their product moving, and that's pretty much what we do here at TFNN too. So we'll see how this works out. Anyway, that's Tesla. Not too much going on. Remember, our guest today will be Norm Winsky, and tomorrow we have John Person is going to be on, and later in the week we are going to have Shane Smolian, and then also Mike Moore of More Analytics will be with us. He's been off for a while on holiday, so it'll be fun to listen. We'll try to have him on Wednesday if we can, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, one other stock that someone just pinged about, and let's just get it up here. which is the GDX, which is the gold miners. This has got to be up today. And you can see there it is right now. There's the gold miners. You'd think this thing would be, remember, this thing has moved from 25 to 37 when gold has rallied $300 an ounce. And that is very minimal compared, if you look at this on the weekly, this is not a, I would look at this as, yeah, but all this is doing is completing an ABCD potentially in a bear market. You see, remember, gold is way above here, and the miners aren't. Let's get together in a few minutes with Norm Winsky of Astro Trends.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the US futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have Norm Winsky of Astro Trends on the line today. Norm, are you there?
Hello, Larry. Can you hear me?
Hello, Norm. Yes, sir. let's fire away. I got some questions at the end of the show, so please let's go through it, and at the end we'll answer some questions. Okay?
Yes, sir. So
go right
I'd
ahead.
like to start off by I believe that if you do make a forecast, you should follow up and show the results. And so I'm going to do that now. I was last on your show on Monday, May the 6th. And so in anticipation of the 6 points I have here listed, follow along, please. And the night of the 7th, we had a new moon in the sign of Taurus, the bull. And anytime we have a new moon, full moon, we look at financials, grains, precious metals, and oil. And because it's in Taurus, we also look at cattle and cotton. Then the next night, the night of the 8th, we had Mars at perihelion. That's from the Greek for Helios, his sun, and peri means close. Mars was at his closest point in his 2-year cycle around the sun. And then we'll be looking at corn, gold, and stocks. And by the way, if you want any help with why I choose these different markets for these different planetary events, or any technical terms or anything like that, give me a call. I'll be happy to give you a free class. Then the night of the 9th, we had a Mercury cycle at an extreme point in the Mercury cycle. Anytime we have Mercury, that's corn, soybeans, wheat, the grains. And then we have the afternoon of the 15th. That was Jupiter to the U.S. chart, and that's stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then the weekend, this past weekend, we had Jupiter to the U.S. chart again for stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, and because U.S. Neptune was involved, that's oil. And then we also had another big thing to the U.S. chart over the past weekend, here the 17th. So here we go. So we had 3 points for the corn. We had the moon. It had a Mars at perihelion. Has to do with the sun. The corn is golden, like the sun. So we include that, and so gold too. We had 3 points. There we go. There's a sell against that high there. You make money. Buy that dip there, and you make money. And buy against that low there, and you make money. That's what it's all about. Did you have a chance to make money? If you did, we get points. Green points are good, and probably find a few misses coming up here, and those are red. And if it's going sideways, that's yellow. Then we rallied up here into that high there, and you're just past that high for the beans. That was looks like the moon, the night of the 7th, and then we went down to our Mercury point there. And that was a low, and you had a little pop up there. So that was all good for beans. Here's wheat. Same deal on the moon there. You made a little top there, and then it just went sideways. So that's all we had for the wheat. Then you had the cattle, because the new moon was in Taurus, the bull. You might guess that has something to do with cattle, and it does. And you can see there you made a top there on the cattle, and then we went down. Cotton was just going sideways. There's a yellow box over the sideways. So we do nothing. Silver going sideways there into our window. We do nothing. Gold had a dip into the moon and our Mars perihelion points. And that was a very nice low there, a big rally following that. And S&P was kind of a tough sledding there, because he did make a dip there on the moon. But then it just kind of went sideways there. We had a miss there, and then it went sideways. Then up for that, and it just went sideways. So we only got 1 out of 3 possible points of S&P. Usually last time I hit like 6 out of 7 or something like that. T-bonds made a high there on the moon, and then we had a U.S. point over here, and so forth. The green box is because these are still pending signals. We don't know. I did these charts Sunday night, so I didn't know how this was all going to come out, so I just leave it open, and I'm not going to count those. June, the U.S. dollar made a high there on the moon, as you can see. Made a little bit higher the next day, and then a big down. And here's we're going to do currencies now. There's the moon there for the Aussie dollar. You can see your nice low there, and then nice rally. British pound you're 1 day early, allow 1 day for these, and you made your low the next day, and then up and away. Canadian dollar right on the low there with the moon, and up and away, and the euro just kind of went sideways. So, and then we had the Japanese yen. That was a miss. It just kept going down. Swiss franc, a little bit of a low there and popped up, so you had a chance to make some money. So if we add up the green arrows and the red arrows, we have 17 winners, 3 misses out of 20 for 85% winners. I'm going to dive into Fibonacci a little bit here. We're sitting right on something really interesting here. If you take the 2022 bear market, we topped on January 4th at 48.19 area, within a few pennies of that, and then we declined to October the 13th to about 34.92. If you take that range, 1,327 handles or points, and then you multiply it times 3.1.3819, which is the 382, 382, the one 382 rounded up. Then you get 53.25. And if we go beyond that, we're looking at 1.618 or so 56.39. And I've been talking about this for a couple months now. In my letter, we finally got there last Thursday, and again, very close today, within pennies. So the 53.25 level is derived by, I just did all that. Yep. And so we had Thursday, we got to 53.25.78. I think got to about 53.25, roughly a half now, and so forth. So we got to watch that level there for price level. Given that, though, if you're a student of Gann, you know that Mr. Gann said that time was more important than price. So the market has to get to one of these magic prices at the magic time for us to have a major turn in the market. So anyway, if we do get past this 53.25 level, and we don't know if it's going to do that or not, then the Fibonacci theory says we could get to 56.39 next big step for Fibonacci projections. Now here's what's coming up in the future. Today is the 20th, and the morning of the 23rd.
We got to pay some bill. We got to pay some bills, Norm. So stay with us. We'll be right back with Norm Linsky, Astro Trends, Naples, Florida. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
We're back, folks, with Norm Winsky of Astro Trends. Norm, please continue.
Thank you. So when we left off, we were just about ready to look into the future, into the crystal ball here. And the morning of the 23rd, we have a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. Anytime we have full new moon, round up the usual suspects, financials, grains, precious metal, oil, and there you go. And then the night of the 24th, we have geocentric Jupiter changing signs. Jupiter stays in one sign about on average 11 and a half months, just short of a year, and will be changing signs. You may see a tone change here in the markets here coming up toward the end of May and early June. Jupiter's going to go in the sign of Gemini, the twins, and that will be making angles to the signs connected to copper, oil, soybeans, sugar, and wheat. And then also the night of the 24th, we have Neptune to the U.S. Neptune, that's like a double oil thing, plus it's the U.S. chart. So stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, and major emphasis on oil. And then the night of the 30th, Pluto to the U.S. Pluto, and that's a big emphasis on probably bonds and interest rates, but stocks, T-bonds, and U.S. dollar. And then the night of the 31st, that'll be the moon to the U.S. chart again. The moon's north node to the U.S. chart, stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then we also have Jupiter, geocentric Jupiter, making a 120-degree angle to Pluto, cocoa, copper, hogs, and T-bonds. So anyway, so that's what the future holds. And I've been doing this about 50 years now. Started trading in college there at good old Indiana State in Larry's hometown of Terre Haute, Indiana. And I made enough money to buy a membership on the Chicago Board Options Exchange in 1975. Also traded on the Chicago Board of Trade. And I've studied all these different disciplines. Again, Elliott Wave, astrophysics, astrology, music, cycles, Fibonacci, so forth. And so looking forward to helping some of the folks there.
I got some. Have some questions.
Anybody in the Tigers team have any questions?
Yes, we do. Here's the first question. When you're looking at full moons and new moons, is the fact that if you get apogee or perigee at the same time, is that an additive effect to that cycle?
Can you speak up a little louder?
Okay, hold on just a second. If you have a full moon or a new moon, and you have apogee or perigee at the same time, does that increase the velocity of
that's a more powerful, increases your probability for a turn there.
Okay, is there a terminology?
The turns I've ever seen were with, like a full moon at perigee, that sort of thing. I think perigee is more powerful than apogee, but you still have to account for all those factors.
Okay, you think perigee is greater than apogee?
Yeah, because that's close, so you're going to have,
okay, all right.
I don't know what the physics are, but theoretically you have greater gravitational pull, like if it's a new moon at perigee, that's when the moon's closest to the Earth.
Okay, now I have a question here. I used to know the answer to this, but I've forgotten. The question is, what is syzygy?
What was that one?
What is syzygy?
Syzygy, that's what we just talked about, where you have two or more cycles converging, coinciding,
So that would be apogee, and a full moon would be syzygy.
Right. They've now broken that down to where if it's apogee, they call that a mini moon. If it's a moon, they call that a mini moon. And if it's like at perigee, then they call that a supermoon.
Okay, next question we have, is there a difference between geocentric and heliocentric when you're looking at the cycles?
Yes, geocentric means from the point of view of the Earth. Geo is from Latin for Earth, and helio, anything that's helio, is from the Greek for sun. Helios is Greek for sun.
Okay, the second question.
Different point of view.
Second question is, which you use geocentric, is that correct, Norm?
Say that one again?
You use geocentric in your work.
I use all of the above.
You use heliocentric also?
Yes, sir. Geo, helio, and also the U.S. aspects.
Okay, and the third question is the speed of Mercury important to some of these cycles, like in Mercury and some of the grains?
I don't look at that specifically. I look at it looking at indirectly, in that if Mercury turns retrograde or direct, that's called a station point where Mercury stopped moving relative to the Earth, and that's an important potential change in trend for the grains.
Okay. All right. One other question, and that is, what is if you can remember, and I know you can, what was the biggest cycle recently, say in the last 10 years, that you recall? That's the question. What is the last biggest cycle in the last 10 years?
I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you that. We've had so many big cycles. The last one that comes to mind recently was back, I think, in March. We had Jupiter line up with Uranus. That held the market for, like 6 or 7 weeks as a top. And then we took that out this past last week.
Yeah, we sure did. Listen, Norm, thanks for
your cycle.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll have you on again soon. So stay safe and keep bringing that good information to us. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, everybody, for all your great questions. And we got a couple days now till the full moon, so contact me right away so I can help you. Okay, folks. Norm Winsky of Astro Trends always has some good information for us. Okay, folks. Now we're going to. We've only got 1 minute to go left in this segment, so let me get back. And I wanted to share with you one of the things that I'm watching here today that looks interesting. And, of course, for me, they all look interesting. So let's get this up here, and we'll be able to show it in just a second. And I want to get to we were talking about the wheat market before Norm came on. And where's my wheat chart? Please don't do that to me, wheat. Oh, dear. Let me get it up here, folks. We were looking at that December wheat, as I recall, and I wanted to bring this to your attention because this move is just starting, folks. I mean, back in that low that we had back here, you'll see here, there's what we were looking at. Now, remember, this doesn't have I know why. That has to be a 2-4 instead of that's my fault. If I move this over to the move this to let's do this one right here. Now it's starting to show. You see, there we go. Now this is up to date where we are. Here was the bottom here Sunday night. We gapped up on Sunday night. We pulled back. Of course, it's only a few pennies, but that was an exact 382. And now we're going to most probably take this out because this low that we've had here in wheat. Let's just get down here and look at this on the long-term weekly. This is a monster low here, folks. This is a really big-time low. So here's where we are right now. Market's trading right up in here, so we got to pay attention to it.
877-927-6648. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at Nvidia here. There is absolutely nothing bearish about this chart at all. You can see the low we made back here on October 23rd. You remember how bullish we were back then on the stock market, and we had this big run right here. Well, this looks really, and not only that, folks, this is a perfect signal. Let me just clean this up here because it is a perfect one. We have the 382 coming off of the bottom right back here. This was when we had that full moon, and that was October the 27th. Look at this. Stops exactly at the 382 at 753. We're now $200 higher, but look at the ABCD. Let's blow it up and see how close it was to a real ABC. In other words, being nearly perfect. So we have the A leg right here. We have the B leg right here. And the CD leg right there. That's pretty perfect. This is the kind of stuff we're going to be doing Friday from 9 until 12 New York time. We're going to do our live trading session. I hope you can join us. We've got a nice group of people in there that are pretty experienced. So they chime along with us, and they also tell us things to look at to try to trade, and that's what we're trying to do. We try to do about 3 or 4 trades during that 3-hour period. And, of course, we use smaller time frames, 4 minute and 13 minutes, but the patterns are the same. And that's the main thing that we're going to be looking at. Now, my guess is on Nvidia here, on the wildest stretch, and this is a wild stretch, we could easily see that's not bad. We could easily get to 1061, and that's only $112 higher. And this thing has gone, $60, $70, $80 higher quick anyway. But my guess is that would be the wildest stretch of the imagination would be 106. 10. I'm going to put that beeper in because that's not until Wednesday anyway, so we'll pay attention to that. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude. Try to do something nice for your neighbors, and we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. Our guest will be John Person of Person's Planets. We'll be right back.